really, when you look at the last 2 games since the bye week, which, Tom, you said that would be a critical point.
Yeah.
Can they do enough to start getting the running game going? And they have.
Yeah, you think about Ben Johnson, you think about this offensive genius, and for whatever reason, people equate offensive genius with just being great with a passing game. But the reality is with Ben Johnson, his offense is predicated. Everything is predicated. It comes off the running game. And when he was in Detroit, they were a top 3 offense all 3 years he was their coordinator. They were a top 5 rushing attack as well. So this thing is working for a number of reasons. The first thing is the game plan. Remember, they go into the bye and the coach says, hey, I need to clean some things up. We need to make some adjustments. And he's done just that. So the game plan has been great. I mentioned it last week against the Commanders. Very solid in the middle, but suspect on the edge. So what did they do? They attacked him on the perimeter. They ran for 145 yards. Last week, the Saints came out and tried to defend the pass a little bit more than the run. Said, hey, we're going to take your passing game away. We dare you to run the football. What'd they do? They ran it down the throats of the Saints defense collectively for 222 yards. So the game plan has been very good the last couple of weeks. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the offensive line. You heard Ben talk through all of the different guys. They made the change at left tackle. That group is now, it's time on task, I think is the term they use in football. Everyone has been together longer.
The gelling that he was talking about.
Yes, they're gelling. That's the great way to say it. And I've said this a bunch too. When you are a good rushing football team, it takes everybody. The tight ends and the wide receivers, they have been willing participants. You get to that second level, you don't get to the third level. You don't get these big runs unless your tight ends and wide receivers are blocking downfield. So I think in a number of different areas, it's obvious to see why they're running the ball more efficient.
I feel like I would always hear that when I'd be covering college football. Just everyone has to do their job, right? And then you can execute. Okay, so if we take a look back at our Prevagen moments, brought to you by Prevagen, if you look at who's involved in the running game. Hey, Kyle Monangai, welcome to the party. I mean, stepping up.
And look, I didn't mention any of the running backs just a few minutes ago, and shame on me. DeAndre Swift has been fantastic. He has had back-to-back 100-yard games, first time as a Bear. Kyle Monangai is now, getting, as you mentioned, becoming part of the scene. Both guys are averaging better than 4.5 yards per carry. So the line is doing their job. The backs are hitting the hole. They're running with authority. The whole thing is just meshing at this particular time. This team is now a top 10 rushing offense. They're 8th in the league. They average 129 yards per game and 4.5 yards per carry. So I got to believe that doesn't just make the coach happy. It takes pressure off the quarterback as well.